Speaking of rude dicks, Junior is back in his in the serial killer's house from I think The Fall is the Gillian Anderson show, so something like that. Hold on, I have a hair caught behind my earbud. That happens. These are first world problems. First class hair problems. Okay, we don't have I'm not sure what this one's even about. All right, this one's Liz Cheney comes out with another moronic statement. So this is, I guess, her on the steps. This is the same piece, by the way, that we saw him talk about, probably. I don't know, because like I said, I'm never going to watch this asshole twice if I have to. But when he was on, what clip did we use? Was it Fox? Or was it, I don't remember. Anyways, guys. Okay, guys. We'll find out. It's the same. Let's see if he's got a repetition problem like Hannity does.
Okay, guys, check this.
Okay, guys. Okay. Do you think he winds himself up like and pushes play like? Okay, guys, clip, roll it.
This is Lincoln Project Liz Cheney. Yeah, daughter of Dick Cheney is now a beloved fighter for democracy. Could it be?
Well, I guess the illusion is that Republicans ever fought for democracy, but yeah.
Because she's selling out her constituency, the
How?
most conservative state in the union in Wyoming.
Well, I mean, they got 2 senators and less than 1 million people, I think, right?
Could it be because she's giving the Democrats everything that they're looking for, and they can then say it's bipartisan? Check this out, watch the commentary, and I'll be back with some of my own.
Oh boy, it's gonna watch it. Guys, I'm not quite sure if this is the model that does he watch like videos on like a successful Rumble careers? Do they have YouTube has a YouTube creators camp you can digitally go to and watch videos like how to make your stuff more compelling, how to raise numbers of super chats. By the way, super chat, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hi. Don't forget, you can also fire away at the bits. And thank you, Shadow Woman and Ninka Crinkles and Norman Fox for the subscriptions and the gift subscriptions to everybody. I appreciate that. He does 5 push-ups and 6 lines of coke before he hits record. Yeah. Yeah, so he's talking about Liz Cheney being on the January 6th thing. And my guess, he's going to go to the clip of her on the Capitol steps.
My own.
Did you personally urge the speaker to take this step?
I agree with what the speaker has done.
And also, McCarthy, of course, wants to become speaker next year. Do you think that he deserves to be speaker in the aftermath of his actions here?
I think that any person who would be third in line to the presidency must demonstrate a commitment to the Constitution and a commitment to the rule of law. And Minority Leader
That's a no, by the way.
McCarthy has not done that.
Are there other Republicans that you or Speaker Pelosi believe should be part of this investigation? The other 3 you mentioned that
besides Kitzinger,
she did not veto or not going to participate. Are there others? Are there other colleagues you've spoken?
almost anybody. Seriously. The problem that Kevin McCarthy has is that he can't find 2 more Jim Jordans and Jim Bankses.
There are many Republicans, the vast majority of the Republicans.
Except they won't toe the line.
Republicans, both in the House as well as across the country, recognize and understand that this was an assault on our democracy, an assault on our Constitution, and that there must be a fact-based investigation so that this never happens again. And we cannot allow those voices who are attempting to prevent the American people from getting the.
That is, by the way, Colonel Sanders leaving. We'll see it. There'll be a person from QAnon later. Watching the limo.
Truth to prevail, and we certainly will not allow that.
Okay, so that's Lincoln Project Liz up there.
Dude, you call her Lincoln Project Liz twice. You had to write it down in a note right there. Oh, I have dirt on my hand. That's not my. I was cleaning earlier. He's reading a note right there. You know, how he puts like Post-its on his phone or some shit, whatever he's doing for these things.
They're talking about Kevin McCarthy.
Guys, I get to read my Post-its. I get to read my Post-its again. Guys, this is just off the top of my head. Lincoln Park Liz doesn't know that she's crawling in her skin. All right.
McCarthy, she doesn't think that a person that's third in line for the presidency, they need to demonstrate more commitment to the Constitution. What? How is Nancy Pelosi, who's currently in that position, demonstrating a commitment to the Constitution?
By having a bipartisan group and even adding Republicans to it, and only wanting two of them, specifically the ones that were involved in the Stop the Steal groups, have taken pictures with people who are being charged for actions on the 6th, only rejecting those two. That would be the start of it.
She has Adam Schiff, Adam full of Schiff, as his nickname is, for lying to the
As his nickname is. Oh, God.
American public.
I'm sorry, but your dad literally became president on his ability to insult people and I guess roast them. And the apple does fall far from the tree.
He can be on a commission, but Jim Jordan, the ranking Republican on the House Judiciary Committee,
who took pictures with people who were involved in the Stop the Steal gathering and who are implicated in strategically planning the assault on the Capitol, can't be. Yeah, that's how it works.
cannot be on it.
Right, correct.
Jim Banks, okay, who leads
Okay.
the largest caucus in Congress, he cannot be on it either.
No. The size of your caucus does not determine whether or not you're a good American. Luckily, well, for your dad.
I
yes.
wonder why. Could it be because maybe they put up some arguments that are good, so they got Liz Cheney?
So the other three won't? So the just for the record, I would like to take a break for a moment. Not a broke. We'll take a break for a moment from our normally scheduled bullshit and remind everybody that while he's defending Banks and Jordan, he is also at the same time shitting on the other three members, and they cannot be trusted to ask the tough questions. Somehow, they're incapable of asking the same tough questions that Jim Jordan and Banks did. They're useless, as are every other member of the House Republicans.
Cheney. They got Adam Kinzinger, the other sort of Liz Cheney type rhino out there, who will tell whatever you need to get a little love from the media.
Who will tell whatever you need to get a little love from the media. I see you've gone to the Sean Hannity School of Elocution.
Doesn't matter what their constituency wants. Doesn't matter that they're supposed to be Republican.
It's the constituency, 60% of them want the infrastructure bill, but none of them are voting for it, so.
The Democrats and Nancy Pelosi can say, look, it's bipartisan.
Well, the other three guys obviously weren't picked by Nancy Pelosi, and McCarthy won't even let them on the commission, which is going to happen. Won't let those three members of his caucus have subpoena power or ask for subpoenas of certain people because he doesn't trust them unless, I guess, Jim Jordan and Banks are holding their balls when they ask questions.
She's being used, and she's loving every second of the attention. But this is
someone projecting.
This is exactly what we're up against, folks. They
the world's tiniest roach.
Want a stacked deck.
Well, if they want a stacked deck, why did they include the other three?
Liz
and two other Republicans.
Cheney thinks that Kevin McCarthy isn't fighting for the constitutional values. Is the Constitution
The constitutional values.
Based on a one-sided tactic where Nancy Pelosi can use unprecedented measures to remove people that may be able to articulate a point well?
So the other three guys can't articulate a point well. Let's put the Jordan Banks thing to the side for a moment and just understand that this is an argument that the other three people that Kevin McCarthy suggested to be on the committee. Let's see. I should know their names, but I mean they're extras, so I don't know why I would. McCarthy, January 6th, Republicans. There you go. Let's see. It's got to have the. Okay, it makes his pick. There it is. Hold on. Let's see. McCarthy makes his 5 picks for the January 6th commission. So, beyond the two that were removed, but beyond Jim Banks, let's see. Who are the McCarthy Church of the panel? Let's see. The other members include, so Rodney Davis, Illinois Rep. Rodney Davis, a moderator who serves the top Republican on the House Administration Committee. Let's see. Kelly Armstrong and Troy Nehls. For the record, according to Kevin McCarthy and Donald Trump Jr. and everyone at Fox News, and apparently the entirety of the giant Republican caucus that they like wagging about, Davis, Nehls, and Armstrong are useless morons, cannot be trusted, are probably Democrats, and wouldn't, I guess, could... the biggest argument, can they not ask the tough questions? Are they incapable of forming sentences? We'll find. He'll tell us.
That may be on the opposite side of the narrative. It's not like she doesn't have enough help from big tech and from mainstream media.
You left off the word mob. By the way, so Davis, Armstrong, and Nehls are obviously on the Nancy Pelosi side of the narrative. Then.
She has to get rid of anyone who'd actually make a reasoned argument.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why you can't count on... so for the record, all Republicans believe that Illinois Representative Rodney Davis... let's see. North Dakota Representative Kelly Armstrong and Troy Nehls from Texas cannot be trusted, are part of Nancy Pelosi's secret plot to take over control and run a dictatorship for communist socialist Cuba in America, and probably baby eaters, probably pedivores, probably part of the cabal at this point. So yeah, Davis, Armstrong, and Nehls couldn't find their ass with both hands, are run-of-the-mill rhinos. Call them out.
Against the insanity that they're
against. All right.
Trying to push as it relates to January 6th, the persecution of people that have been there, the
persecution of people that are been there is cruel and unusual, like your use of language.
Persecution and future persecution of anyone who's a conservative, a Republican, someone who voted for Trump. This is the crap that has to stop. And this is why, Liz...
Yeah, it's all a big plot. It's all FEMA camps. This is where we're going with this. First you kick two people off of the committee for actually playing footsie with the people who attacked the Capitol and arranged for the attack on the Capitol. And that's a slippery slope to FEMA camps.
Should have a very, very...
Dude, pinching your fingers together to just remind yourself that you have to record this video and it must stop at a certain time is aggravating.
Short-lived tenure as a Republican in the state of Wyoming. So I look forward to seeing her there during...
She's a lifelong Republican.
A primary, if she wins during a general, because with Republicans like Liz Cheney, who really needs Democrats? She's just being used as a useful idiot,
Well, I mean, at least she's got some use, it's better to have a useful idiot, I suppose, than these useless idiots, Rodney Davis, Kelly Armstrong, and Troy Nehls. I mean, they're literally useless. Kevin McCarthy could have had them on the panel and pulled them.
As a tool of Nancy Pelosi to push her absolute...
To put or push, pushing, put a push on something.
Nonsense. I think Liz even knows that probably, but she's just happy with it. Hey guys, we could get a photo op and I'll get a job at CNN in a couple months when I'm thrown out of Congress. These are the people who represent us, guys.
Yeah, that's the best you can do, quite frankly. The fact that the only saviors of your party right now are the likes of Liz Cheney, I have to say I'm enjoying this. And by the way, this entire segment was brought to you by our joy at watching the Republicans eat themselves. That's our sponsor.
Keep watching and don't let it happen.
Keep watching and don't let it happen. It's hard to even know what... All right. I'm starting to get a brain hitch of my own just watching... I think we've all gotten slightly dumber watching Sean Hannity and then Don Jr.